What's good people? It's your man Crucial, aka Mr. Brothers, and I'm back with another video. So in this video, I want to talk about LA. And shout out to everybody, and thank you for everybody wishing me prayers and safety out here in Los Angeles. All my people in the East and everywhere else. I'm safe, my family's safe. I'm not in a direct area. I've been based out here in Los Angeles since 2014. I've been bi-coastal since 2008. And yeah, LA is like a second home for me. You know what I'm saying? But being a New Yorker, I never understood this wildfire thing. And, you know, you hear about the fires burning every year, all the time. Never came close to affecting anybody I knew from LA or anybody I knew working in the industry, not directly. But this fire is way different. And it's been on my mind these past days when I've been doing these videos back to back, but I just didn't know how to do a video about it. And I want to shout out Curtis King because he inspired me to do this video today. I'm going to touch on a couple of things that he touched on. But first, for me, this helped me out a lot, and I hope it helps you out a lot, those who are not from LA, the significance on why this fire is different. I follow this guy on YouTube. His name is Levi. I guess it's Levi. It's Xevi. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I follow his page. I like his content. I like the way he does his stuff. I want to play his video, and hopefully you get a better understanding of what's happening out here.
All right, so let's talk about the Los Angeles fires and why they happen. Spoiler alert, the explanation is actually very simple. See, the most important thing that you gotta understand is Los Angeles is a very dry place. Meaning, listen closely, the foresty areas and the plant life in Los Angeles have adapted to live in this dry place, meaning they catch fire very easily. This is why you're always hearing about fires in the Southern California area where Los Angeles is. But hold on, what makes this particular fire that's happening in Los Angeles so bad? Well, the answer is right here in this picture. See, there was a super strong, fast wind that blew through Los Angeles, California, and the faster and stronger the wind is, the faster the fire spreads. You can quite literally see the embers flying over to that, remember, dry plant life. That thing spread like wildfire. Now you see where the saying comes from. Anyway, if you look really closely at this map of Los Angeles, you'll see that the fires are mainly located in the green areas where the foresty areas are. But here's where it starts to get wicked. Remember when I told you there was a super strong wind? Well, that meant firefighters couldn't fly helicopters to dump water on the fire. So the fire started spreading more and more. You have firefighters from all over Los Angeles going over to fight one fire, and then the wind would blow the fire to another area. But those firefighters in that area were helping the firefighters in this area, so they had to go here, there, here, and there. So again, dry plant life, super strong winds, and an inability for helicopters to get to the fires quickly made for a disastrous combination. In fact, this combination is so disastrous. I'm gonna tell you something that might surprise you. Being a person who's lived in Los Angeles their entire lives, I can tell you, nothing has come close to this. Your average person in Los Angeles never sees fires. Remember,
that's what I'm saying. I've never seen the fires.
Dry plant life is where fires happen. San Francisco, Los Angeles areas, dry plant life is where fires happen. San Francisco, Los Angeles, that little dot right there, San Diego, other major cities, they don't see fires. They're not big foresty areas. There's less of a chance that places will catch fire. But of course, fires do happen in the foresty areas close to big cities, but the wind isn't super strong, so the firefighters fly over, they stop those fires before it gets really bad. So whenever the news says a fire just broke out in California, people in Los Angeles be hearing it like the rest of the world. They be going, oh man, blessings to the people who live in the foresty areas and their families. In fact, when I heard a fire broke out, I said, man, what foresty area is it happening at? I started getting texts talking about blessings to you and your family. I said, why they send me that? Because again, Los Angeles' foresty areas caught fire, very strong winds brought them around. Now I keep saying foresty area, but you've probably seen some homes burning down. Well, parts of Los Angeles are intertwined with the foresty areas of Los Angeles. That's why many people lost their homes, sadly, especially the folks over here. This is where some of the wealthiest people in America live. The Pacific Palisades area, Malibu's over here. It's connected over here to Beverly Hills, the Hollywood Hills, some of the wealthiest Americans. Well, their houses are in the hills, in the foresty areas. That's the Hollywood sign right over there, in a foresty area. That's why you keep seeing videos of celebrity houses and rich people's houses being burned down. But to be clear, people of all financial status are mixed in everywhere in LA. It's not just wealthier people that are having their houses burned down. Now, all that being said, big shout out to the people of Los Angeles for making a natural disaster as big as this not feel like a disaster. Seeing people help their neighbor, the city constantly updating citizens about where the fire is, who should evacuate. Hearing sirens blare left, right, the firefighters going from fire to fire. Special shout out to the firefighters. And of course to the people that lost their homes. I hope that when things look up for you, because they will, that happens immediately. Prayers up for Los Angeles.
Yeah, so that really sums it up on a different level. Shout out to all the firefighters. Shout out for all the people helping. And that's a main point that I think needs to be reiterated a lot. Despite the mismanagement of everything and whatever else, there's a lot of conspiracy theories, etc. But everyday people are out there trying to help and do what they can. You know what I mean? And it just gives you more hope in humanity. Because we all like to say, oh, people don't care about this and people don't care about that. People don't care about each other. We're divided and whatever. But yeah, we got to stop that narrative that people don't want to help people. You got a lot of people volunteering. You got other states pulling in, doing what they can do. Other countries, Quebec. Let's not lose sight with humanity, man. Because when it's all said and done, all we got is us, as they say. You can't rely totally on governments for that matter. But shout out to all the organizations that are out there helping, trying to make a difference. And also shout out to all the incarcerated firefighters, those who came out of prison to lend a hand. Hardly ever a mention of y'all. Shout out to y'all. So as he said, man, these fires are more dramatic because the winds have pushed it over homes, buildings, structures, businesses. I mean, I was just at the Getty Villa this past summer with the kids. Yeah. And there's also a clip going around with Joe Rogan from July 19, 2024. That's why I mentioned mismanagement. So if you listen to this clip, you'll know what I mean.
I talked to a fireman once. He goes, dude, one day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind and fire's going to start in the right place and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean and there's not a thing we can do about it. I go, really? He goes, yeah, we just get lucky. He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it. Because these fires are so big, dude. When they're talking about like thousands of acres that are burning simultaneously with like 40-mile-an-hour winds. And the wind's just blowing embers through the air, and those embers are landing on roofs, and those houses are going up, and they're landing on bushes, and those bushes are going up, and everything's dry. And once it happens in a way where it's so spread out that there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do.
You just have to evacuate, right?
Nothing they can do. They just got to get out of there.
Yeah, so the Pacific Palisades and the Malibu area got hit the most. And you hear a lot of people showing no empathy, saying, oh, it's rich people and whatever, and nobody cares about rich people losing stuff because they got insurance. And then you hear these insurance companies canceling policies of 72,000 or more people 3 months before this happens. But another area that was hit big was the Eaton Fire area, which has the neighborhood of Altadena. A little history on Altadena. Altadena, California was a refuge for Black Americans fleeing the Jim Crow South during the Great Migration. Altadena was California's first middle-class Black community. So basically, Black Americans fled the Jim Crow South to Altadena, where they could buy land, build homes, and create wealth without redlining. So this is a historic community. Altadena was home to Willa Patrice Brown, the first Black woman in the United States to get a commercial pilot's license, and the jazz musician Eli Adams. Altadena has churches, community organizations, and cultural events that promoted a sense of pride and togetherness. Now that neighborhood is gone. So it's not just rich people homes that's burning up in this thing. Because I guarantee you most of these people are going to have some bullshit with the insurance companies to cover. Shout out to Altadena, man. And shout out to all my peoples that lost their childhood homes. Like, I personally know people who lost their childhood homes in Altadena. And I personally know people who lost their homes in Pacific Palisades. Prayers up. Also, another news concerning Los Angeles fires. Chuck D speaking out. He speaks out against people using Burn Hollywood Burn, his song he made in 1990, as a soundtrack in your footage. Says, learn your history. He took to Instagram on Thursday in a joint post with Flavor Flav. The hip-hop veteran explained why the politically charged song has no business soundtracking clips highlighting the damage and aftermath of the following events. Burn Hollywood Burn is a protest song, extracted from the Watts Rebellion moniker that the magnificent montage of 1965 against inequality when he said burn baby burn across the air. We made revolutionary songs aimed at a one-sided exploitation by an industry. Has nothing to do with families losing everything they have in a natural disaster. And I feel him on that. Again, how can you, like, where's your humanity? Where's your humanity? See, here's the thing about the world, right? You have Los Angeles and you have a neighborhood called Hollywood. And Hollywood has a lot of studio theaters that create films. And there's a lot of fakeness that goes on. And we somehow put the two together. Hollywood and Los Angeles are not the same thing. Hollywood is one part of Los Angeles. Not necessarily the best part, but it's the part people are familiar with because of the industry. The song Burn Hollywood Burn was about how the industry, Hollywood, portrayed Black people in America, the stereotypes, or just the blocking out of it. It wasn't about Altadena and other places burning the hell up and saying, oh, they deserve it because that's Hollywood. No, that's Los Angeles. And I'll be real, as I said, as a New Yorker coming to Los Angeles, I used to be like, oh man, these people fake and blah, blah, blah. And then I had to learn, like, oh my God, I'm in Hollywood. What Ken just said, you say you hate LA, but you ain't been south for 10. And that's what it was the first year I came. And then most of the people you meet in LA that's acting funny, they're transplants. So don't get it twisted. When we say Hollywood, don't make Hollywood and Los Angeles the same thing. So big up to Chuck D on that. So in other news, there was a music video by an artist named Inhale 7. Shout out to Curtis King for pulling this up. He made a video that got a lot of people upset. As you can see here, he's in the middle of the wreckage shooting a music video.
City on fire, but I still gotta smoke. I still gotta smoke. City on fire, but I still gotta smoke. I still gotta smoke. City on fire, but I still gotta smoke. I still gotta smoke. City on fire, but I still gotta smoke. I still gotta smoke. I really don't know when I'm looking at it close what is going on. At first I was sold, they used to be closed. Now my eyes open, it feel controlling. Or maybe I'm loaded. Like before this day was known. It seemed all talk, so they had to show. Yeah, so it's hot now, nigga, it's boiling. We running out of sources, we must stay focused. I wonder how the rich folks knew it was approaching. Like Rogan, lucky or they chose it. I'm just here smoking. No, it's a dim state and they can't control it. It's so much bullshit spreading all over. But homie, it's looking like they forcing drama to blind us, so niggas can't see the real problem. I'm honest and thankful, I pray to my angels. I wonder if it's better or is it just Mother Nature on fire, but I still gotta smoke.
So a lot of people upset, like, yo, he's exploiting tragedy. It's so trash. You capitalizing off a tragedy. This is disrespectful. And I made the comment on Curtis King's post. I said, if bro is from there, he got the right to either make the best out of the situation or break down. And now that I look into it, I didn't even realize that this is Nate Dogg's son. And we all got love for Nate Dogg. Shout out, rest in peace, Nate Dogg, Death Row, LBC. Legacy is there. So, but then a lot of people wasn't really paying attention to what he was saying. So he's not, even though the hook might sound like, okay, bro, you probably shouldn't be smoking at this point in time, light matches and stuff, and singing that on the hook. But if you listen to his lyrics, he's very aware and very conscious of the situation. Like one person said, so at first I was like, what the but I listened to your lyrics, definitely agree 100%.
I still gotta smoke. City on fire, but I still gotta smoke. I still gotta smoke. City on fire, but I still gotta smoke. I still gotta smoke. City on fire, but I still gotta smoke. I still gotta smoke. I really don't know when I'm looking at it close what is going on. At first I was sold, they used to be closed. Now my eyes open, it feel controlling. Or maybe I'm loaded. Like control. Before this day was known, it seemed all talk, so they had to show. Yeah, so it's hot now, nigga, it's boiling. We running out of sources, we must stay focused. I wonder how the rich folks knew it was approaching. Like Rogan, look.
So I wonder how the rich folk knew it was approaching. Like Rogan. Joe Rogan?
Yo, they chose it, I'm just here smoking. No, it's a dim state and they can't control it. It's so much bullshit spreading all over. But homie, it's looking like they forcing drama to blind us, so niggas can't see the real problem. I'm honest and thankful, I pray to my angels. I wonder if it's planned or is it just Mother Nature on fire, but I still.
Was it planned or was it just Mother Nature? Good question. Okay, so here's another interesting take. This is on a Lala June post. Indigenous woman speaks on LA fires. The post says the root of the LA fires is, ironically, prohibition of fire. Indigenous people densely populated what is now known as Los Angeles and performed routine patchy burns, applying low-intensity gentle fire to the land. This would prevent catastrophic fires because it would periodically burn away fuel loads that would build up. When there's too much shrubs and trees, not only does it create lots of fuel to catch on fire, their roots suck up all of the water in the water table, drying up the soil and the trees themselves more and more. It's better to have a few healthy trees than hundreds and hundreds of dried up sick trees. Our ancestors knew this and properly thinned the shrubs and trees accordingly. It's time to bring back this practice and empower indigenous peoples to lead that effort. Cultural burns are our heritage.
So in my doctoral research on pre-colonial indigenous land stewardship techniques, I learned how indigenous nations across the continent used fire as a tool to fertilize the soil with nutrient-dense ash, to regenerate healthy grasslands again and again for deer, elk, and other herbivores, to prevent catastrophic fire by using fire to periodically burn off the fuel loads that would build up on the forest floor. So when the fires occurred in Australia, they were wise enough to admit that it was not just due to climate change. It was mostly due to hundreds of years of suppression, illegalization, and prohibition of Aboriginal fires. Aboriginal people used fire for tens of thousands of years to create healthy, thriving, biodiverse ecosystems. If we're going to fireproof what's left of Southern California forests and safeguard these living treasures, we must empower local Indigenous people, like my friend Jessa and others, to do their traditional cultural burns, which are done carefully, at the right time of year, at low intensity to heal the land and protect human and animal communities. Here's my good friend Jessa now. She's Indigenous to what's now called the Los Angeles area, using candlelight to film because of the power outage caused by the LA fires.
First and foremost, we want to send our prayers out to our human, animal, and plant relatives. When I think of fire, I think of the stories that were told as a child about how fire had been here for generations, keeping the soils free of disease and keeping the plants healthy, pristine, with new shoots and new growth. And more, when people move into these lands, the thought of fire sends chills up and down their spine. But that's only because the fire has been taken from us and we have overgrowth galore. So now more than ever, we need to start tending to these overgrowths and start creating safe, healthy fire around our own neighborhoods, all the way up into the forest, to give our relatives, plant, human, and animals a fighting chance.
So interesting take. So what do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. What do y'all feel about that? That's the first time I ever heard something like that. But being the fact that I do believe humans were put on this earth to cultivate, that if we don't let greed or power, ego get in our way, we know how to work what God has given us. And we can, with so much intelligence that we have and so much information that we have a way to prevent this. I really feel like this disaster, I don't know, I don't believe that, or I wouldn't even put it past if it was neglected on purpose or done on purpose, or if it's climate change or whatever. I just know that we've been here long enough. And we have so much information and so much documentation from thousands of years of our existence that we could do better than this. What are your thoughts? Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe. If not, at least give me the thumbs up, the likes, and I'll see y'all in the next video. This is day 10 of my 30-day challenge. Appreciate y'all once again. See you on the next video. 1.